Alright guys, this is gonna be my live reaction to the Gayle King video. I've seen people react to it like Snoop Dogg and Lil Bootsy, and I wanted to react on it. There's a lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of people um just really angry about the things that's going on in the video. I was looking for the full interview because I didn't want to watch like one scene out of context. I wanted to see like the full interview, but I don't know if it's out yet. So I'm just gonna react to the video that everybody else is seeing, and you'll get my live reaction.
Has had
I
Kobe
haven't
Bryant's
watched this
jersey on
either.
display. Which one did he sign? Oh,
He
that
signed
one's
both of
signed.
them.
For years, WNBA star Lisa Leslie has had Kobe Bryant's jersey on display in her home. But since his death, it's taken on a special meaning.
He will be missed, but he will not be forgotten, that's for sure.
They met when Bryant was only 18 years old, before his rookie season with the Los Angeles Lakers and Leslie's debut with the Sparks. The two quickly became rising stars in LA basketball and grew close. What do you remember about when you first met him?
I would go to the house and he'd be like, Lise, Lise. I'm like, what? Lise, come here, come here, come here. Watch this, watch this. So he's watching Jordan videos.
Michael Jordan videos?
Michael Jordan. He's clicking the pause and look, Lise, watch, watch.
So he studied Michael Jordan.
Beyond studied. I mean, he would like obsess over watching these videos. He imitated everything Jordan did.
Like?
If you watch Kobe's interviews, like the way he talks, the way he moves his mouth, when he licks his lip, when he puts his tongue out when he played, everything was about Michael Jordan, and that's the player that meant everything to him, and he wanted to be great. Not good, but great, like Michael Jordan.
When people say arrogant and aloof, that's not what you remember about him. I know it's so interesting to people that know him. There is arrogance.
Absolutely, but the arrogance is not in everyday life. The arrogance is in the world of basketball.
On the basketball court, you're saying?
On the basketball court, no. You're not my friend, and I'm not your friend. And it's either kill or be killed. I'm going to attack you. I'm going for the juggler at all times.
What does Kobe's death, what does his loss mean to women's basketball?
You know, he was really making change.
Was he?
Yes, he's changing the mindsets of other men more than anybody else. He's giving us, he's validating us, if you will, these young...
I can agree to that in a way, because even now, thinking about like the life Kobe had and the people like he influenced and stuff like that, I can agree to what she's saying, because I'm moved by like people just hearing the stories of Kobe Bryant. I wasn't like big on Kobe as like a fan of his, but I wasn't like a Kobe hater either. I always knew of Kobe, and just to hear about like the love and so much love people had for him, it's like crazy, and it makes you think about like your own life and stuff like that.
Young ladies who are out there playing, the fact that he's enjoying and being entertained by great basketball, it made other men feel, I'm hoping, like, what is this about? Like, it's good.
I've heard that sometimes he would spend more time at WNBA games now than he would at the Lakers games. True?
Well, it's true, but I think it's also because Gigi wanted to see certain players, and she was into it, and he talked about just, you know, I remember seeing him, he was like, Lise, like, she got it. She got it. You know, he was just like, she got it.
It's tough, Lisa, looking at the pictures of him and Gigi together playing back.
I just recently like started watching like some of the clips of Gigi playing basketball and stuff, and I can attest that she was really good. She played just like Kobe, almost like identical. That's the crazy thing about it.
Basketball, sitting on the sidelines. It really does take your heart and rip it out when I see those pictures.
Yes. We know what Kobe's accomplished, but Gigi didn't have the full opportunity to do that, because you just know that She had the mentality. Mambacita was going to make it. She was going to be in the WNBA.
It's been said that his legacy is complicated.
I want to say that she did have so much potential. That's crazy. There's so many things that we're doing in life, and we're just doing it not to fulfill any type of purpose or anything like that. And the thing about it is, it's like you should ask yourself, like, what is your purpose? Is what I'm doing in this moment my purpose? Is this what I should be doing? And it's crazy when I see things like this of a 13-year-old not even getting a chance to fulfill her purpose. And I think about Kobe as well. At the age of 41, he had fulfilled like the basketball purpose, but he was moving on to fulfill uh, a different purpose, doing something different. It's possible to have more than one purpose, but I feel like they didn't have a chance to fulfill their purpose, especially Gigi. Like I said, she had so much potential.
Because of sexual assault charge, which was dismissed in 2003, 2004. Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player?
It's not complicated for me at all. Even if there's a few times that we've been at a club at the same time, Kobe's not the kind of guy, never been like, Lisa, go get that girl or tell her or send her this. I have other NBA friends that are like that. Mm-hmm. He was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way. That's just not the person that I know.
But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though. As his friend, you wouldn't see it.
And that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying things didn't happen. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe that.
I feel like the comment where she's saying like you wouldn't see it as his friend, like it wasn't really necessary. I feel like it was a great point where they could have, where she could have just went over that and went on to like whatever else she had to say. That comment wasn't necessary.
Things didn't happen with force.
Is it even a fair question to talk about it, considering he's no longer with us and that?
No, it's not. When nobody's here to defend themselves, which he shouldn't have to, because he's already have. He's did that already. So there's no need to scrutinize him in that way. That's already been done by so many people who still feel the same way, whose opinion still isn't changed after so many years of this happening or whatever. So like it's just crazy. I don't feel like this should have even been brought up. I understand what she's trying to do as far as like open up a segue to maybe like close a book that was already closed. Like I don't understand. People were talking about it, but it wasn't major news. People were talking about like the allegations and stuff after Kobe died, but it wasn't like people didn't care. People just wanted to show the love for Kobe. People weren't even paying attention to like what folks were saying about this stuff that happened in 2004, 2005. It's crazy that she's on this major network, and I understand she's trying to open up a segue to like close a book, but the thing is, it's already been closed. There's no need to talk about it anymore.
It was resolved, or is it really part of his history?
It's not.
I think that the media should be more respectful at this.
It's not. It's not a part of his history. It didn't make or break Kobe. It wasn't part of his career at all. I mean, things happen. That's like somebody going on trial for murder and they're getting off. Is it a part of their legacy? No. They've been vindicated. They've been they've been like not justified, but they've been clear of everything. So why is it still coming up? That's my question.
It's time. It's like if you had questions about it, you've had many years to ask him that. I don't think it's something
Exactly.
that we should keep hanging over his legacy. I mean, he went to it went to trial.
Yeah, with the cases, it was dismissed because the victim in the case refused to testify.
That wasn't necessary. Whether she refused to testify or not, he was still acquitted of all charges. He was dismissed of all charges. So there's no need to keep talking about it. There was no need to open a book that was already closed. It was already closed, so there was no need to talk about it.
So it was dismissed.
And I think that that's how we should leave it.
It is interesting to me how deeply his death has affected so many different types of people.
I like Lisa Leslie in this interview because she's strong minded and strong willed to not be like, hey, you can tell that she has like a genuine love for Kobe, and for her to represent him in this way, not even allowing her to really like, I'm not gonna say tarnish because I don't think that was Gayle's intent, but to maybe hurt Kobe Bryant's legacy, it's crazy. I love her for that, and that's showing like her genuine love for Kobe. I like that.
People. Why do you think people are so deeply affected, in many cases, by a man they did not know?
I really think it's the idea that you rooted for him or you didn't. But that was an emotion evoked either way.
You know what I keep thinking, Lisa, as often is the case? It was probably just another ordinary day for them. And then in seconds, your life is forever changed.
Forever changed. It reminded me about the quote about joy and sorrow are inseparable. And it's just that. Like, sorrow has been awakened in my life, in their lives, in the world's lives.
That's crazy. Like, I like Lisa Leslie stand in this video. Like, she stood her ground. Um, to go back to like the last question she asked, she was like, "How do you think like people loved Kobe so much or were affected by his death so much?" And the answer is simple. Look what Kobe has done. Not only for basketball, but outside of basketball, people look as to Kobe as an inspiration. Like even after his death, people are showing off that they're a girl dad. That's crazy. That wasn't a thing before Kobe. Like people look to Kobe and be like, I want to love my daughters like Kobe loves his daughter or daughters. I want to be a family like Kobe has his wife, and I want to be a businessman like Kobe has Black Mamba or Mamba mentality. I wanna possess the Mamba mentality. He inspired so many people. That's why it's so easy for people to love him. Even if they hate him, they still love him in some type of way. They still have a certain amount of respect and love for him to be inspired to him. They might not be willing to fully admit their love or their respect for him, but he's affected so many lives. That's why it's so crazy that this has happened. And it all goes back to purpose. What are we doing right now that we're not supposed to be doing that's outside of our purpose? How are we influencing people? How are we influencing change? How are we changing the world? Those are questions we should ask ourselves every day. What are we doing to make the world a better place? Can we possess that mama mentality? I'm going to end this video. Thank you.